in sickness and in health, till death do you part. And now, the ring, please.
This may not be the first thing you think of at a wedding, but why are wedding rings always made out of gold? Why not silver, copper, brass? What's so special about gold? Why is gold the most precious metal?
This desire for gold is not a recent thing. As far back as 3000 BC, gold had already become the metal of choice. The pharaohs of ancient Egypt lined their temples with the stuff. But why gold?
It certainly is an attractive metal, nice and shiny. And that gold color reminded early man of the sun, that symbol of heat, life, and power. But there must be more to it than that.
For something to have value, it has to be scarce. And unlike, well, sand, gold has always been scarce. There's just not a lot of it around. In fact, if you put together all the gold taken from the earth during all of recorded history, it would only make a cube 15 meters square. More steel is poured in 1 hour than gold has been poured since the beginning of time. So gold is shiny and scarce, but so are a lot of other metals. Gold had another advantage. You didn't need heavy machinery and blast furnaces to collect and refine it. If you knew where to look, you could find it lying at the bottom of a riverbed. Compared to other metals, gold is extremely soft. And that's important because it meant the early goldsmiths could easily shape gold into ornaments. I mean, what good would a shiny piece of metal be if you couldn't make it into something? 75% of the world's gold production is used to make jewelry. Earrings, watches, chains, and of course rings. But you rarely use pure gold to make jewelry because it's too soft. You wouldn't want a ring that you could bend out of shape. So we mix the gold with other metals like silver, copper, nickel, or zinc to make it harder. The purity of these gold mixtures is measured in carats. Pure gold is known as 24-karat gold. An 18-karat gold ring means it's 18 parts gold and 6 parts other metals. 14-karat gold is 14 parts gold and 10 parts other metals, and so on. So the higher the carat, the more gold it contains, and the more it costs. But there's still one more property that really makes gold stand out from the other metals. We all know what happens to steel when it's exposed to air or water. It rusts. Now, for something to be valuable, it has to also have longevity. Imagine a family heirloom that rusts and falls apart. I don't think so. Now, not all metals rust like this, but most do react in some way to air or water. Copper turns green. Silver turns black. Gold is the only pure metal that doesn't rust or tarnish. Water and air have no effect on it. Even gold recovered from shipwrecks that's been underwater for hundreds of years looks the same as it did on the day it went under. So of all its properties, perhaps the biggest reason for gold being the most precious metal is its chemical stability. It doesn't rust, tarnish, or corrode. It never loses its beauty, and it's virtually indestructible. And it's this chemical stability that makes gold desirable for much more than just jewelry and coins. Because it doesn't corrode, gold is used in high-tech circuit boards where you can't chance a bad connection.
Here she goes.
Like in space, it's a bit difficult to do repairs on a satellite orbiting 36,000 kilometers above the Earth. Gold is also an excellent reflector of infrared radiation or heat. A very thin coating of gold is used to protect a satellite's onboard electronics from the sun's radiation. Even the spacesuits and visors worn by astronauts contain a thin layer of gold to protect them from the sun. Back down on the Earth, some buildings have a thin layer of gold in their windows to reflect the heat. It looks impressive, and it also cuts down on the monthly air conditioning bill, too. Our quest for gold has also led to some unexpected developments.
During the Middle Ages, the science of alchemy was born. Its purpose was to find a way to turn less costly metals like lead into gold. Now, these alchemists never did actually synthesize real gold, but the work they did on other materials became the launching pad for the modern era of chemistry.
And where there's gold, population explosions soon follow. After gold was discovered in Australia in 1851, the population of that country almost tripled during the next 10 years. The city of Johannesburg in South Africa was founded as a result of a gold rush in 1886. And the gold rush in California in 1849 brought thousands of people out to the Wild West, enough people that California became an official state 1 year later.
With this ring, I thee wed.
One last thing. Sorry. We can thank those ancient Egyptian pharaohs for this custom of wearing a gold band on the third finger of your left hand. You see, they believed that a vein ran from your third finger all the way to your heart. Hey, what is this anyhow? About 10 carat?
10 carat?
Coming up next, Persis goes to a construction site to find out why men have nipples. And we answer